Hello everyone, it's Angelyca Violet, your edgy, body positive sister. Today we'll be discussing about what you should do and what you should not do. But before we get into this video, make sure you like and subscribe because we love tattoo content and I know you want me to keep making it. For getting your first tattoo. The first thing you should not do when you get a tattoo is let someone who bought a tattoo gun off of Amazon and then you get a tattoo done in their garage and or basement. First of all, these are so unprofessional. And I do mean that in an artistic sense, just because the lining isn't going to be good, it's going to be uneven, it's going to be crooked, as well as they're not done professionally and hygienically. Tattoo artists have to go through like tons of training about like the blood, cleaning machines, sanitization, and quite frankly, if you're getting a tattoo done in someone's basement or garage, I highly doubt they have done that training as well. And of course, these tattoos are not professional, and this might affect what your tattoo looks like and how it heals. You might get an infected tattoo, you might get an overworked tattoo, you might get a tattoo and the ink won't even deposit into your skin. So that rough night you got drunk in Johnny's basement and he decided to pull out his tattoo gun, all of that pain wasn't even worth it because the ink is not even staining your skin. Who would believe, right? I've never gotten a tattoo when I was underage, but from just watching so many people on YouTube and following tattooed people on Instagram, their tattoos that they got underage in a basement, in a garage, or illegally are some of the pieces that they regret the most. So I would take that into consideration if you are underage and looking to get a piece done. Another thing to know before getting your tattoo is I believe that there should be like a little more research into getting a tattoo than just like crawling on over to your nearest tattoo parlor. While it's totally fine to get tattooed at your local parlor, I think that you should like branch out and research more, just because if you just go to the closest parlor and will be like, hey, I want this, you can be getting a tattoo artist that specializes in realistic gray work when you're wanting more of like a sculpture tattoo or an American traditional piece. So it's good to find a tattoo artist that fits the same type of style that you want, as well as you know that they'll be able to produce a good piece of work for you because they have done similar pieces in the past. Also, to do research, I think it's really important just to ask people who you like their tattoos, who did their tattoos. I am getting asked every single time when I am not covering up my tattoos who I go to, where they work, and everything along those lines. If you're hanging out with people that are heavily tattooed, or even just have like one or two pieces you like, just ask who did them, because even if that person is too far away from your liking, they might be able to recommend you someone that is closer in the area. But if you do find an artist that is a little farther, please do not feel afraid to go like on a mini road trip and go get tattooed, because it's like part of the whole experience of traveling and getting tattooed. But also it's important to invest time as well as money into your tattoo, just because you're going to get the best outcome of your tattoo. And like I said earlier with like finding the artist that would match your tattoo style the best, make sure you find a style that you know that you will like for a long period of time. And if you're unsure of what style that you like the best, I'd recommend going with like a very simple tattoo that you can combine with a lot of different styles. So for my first tattoo, I got a quote that says, "Come as you are in my inner ditch." At the time, I knew I wanted to be tattooed, but I just didn't know what style I liked, what colors I liked, so I ended up just going with something small. I feel very happy that I got something small because I've been able to build around that so easily, and if I didn't have American traditional tattoos, then I know that I would be able to kind of squeeze this and work this around so many different types of tattoo styles. And if you're looking to figure out how to make a tattoo appointment and how to find artists and stuff like that, I'm going to link you up to my video right here about how to make tattoo appointments. So say you found the tattoo artist that you like and you want to get a piece done, it's really important to remember that these tattoo artists are professionals and that you should listen to them. And also, you need to respect you are a walking advertisement for tattoo artists. So if you want like a bumblebee on your forehead, some tattoo artists are going to be like, no, that's a little risky. And they'll also be known as like doing weird tattoos and like unprofessionally giving people face tattoos when they only have 0 or like a few tattoos. And also, I believe that you should listen to them as well as, not just as far as placement, about creative ideas and coloring, just because they are a master of their work, as well as they've been doing this for years, so they know what looks good. When trying to figure out what you want to get tattooed, make sure that you are not copying anyone. You can be inspired, but do not copy. For example, I got this tattoo, and I was inspired by all these things. But did I copy it exactly? No. I was inspired by it. So it's important to know that inspiration is good and copying is bad. It's just like doing homework in high school. You steal your best friend's sheet and you read over what they wrote, but you put it in your own words. And that's just important with tattoos too, because you can be inspired, you cannot copy. And in school, you wouldn't want to be in trouble for plagiarizing, so why would you want to plagiarize on something that's so permanent in your body? And people get really hurt and upset when people copy exact tattoos that people have on each other's bodies, so as well as just having some sort of morals, you should also just, go away from the dramas. And if you're having a hard time figuring out what you want to get tattooed, I also have a video about getting inspiration for tattoos, so I will also link that right up here. So after you figured out what you want to get tattooed, now you have a whole body to figure out where to put it on. And positioning is so important, and it is key to making a piece look beautiful and kind of like makes it flow with your body. If this is your first tattoo, then you're definitely going to get a no for some placements. People will not tattoo faces, knuckles, hands, ball sack, or whatever, just because their reputation is on the line, as well as they know that these tattoos are all job stoppers. So if you're going to get a job stopper tattoo, people kind of expect you to be heavily tattooed. Just, I don't know, it's just kind of like the way of doing it. You just like don't get your knuckles tattooed first. You just like build up to more intense tattoos and like more visual places. It's like unsaid rules of getting tattooed. Someone might not say this out loud, and we all know it. And if you're also iffy about a placement and you don't know what you want to be going into and you're scared that this will kind of stunt your career growth, as well as you don't know if you'll ever get a tattoo again, it's really good to get tattoos that can be easily hidden. A lot of people will get their first tattoos on places that are hidden easily. So we have the back of the neck, behind the ear, on the wrist, on the ribs, or we can do a little tramp stamp action. Or I've seen people just get little things on their collarbones that can be easily covered up with a higher neck top. Or you can even do a thigh or an upper arm. There's tons of places to get a tattoo if you are worried or concerned about future careers, or even if you'll just want to get a tattoo ever again. And girl, the hardest part about getting the tattoo is fucking paying for it. So remember that these things are going to be expensive because tattoos are artwork as well as they are permanent. Both of those things are very expensive to have. So take that into consideration if and when you are going to get tattooed, because you're not going to be paying $30 for a sugar skull on your ass cheek. You'll be paying more like $300, $400. Just depending on the artist. If this is your first time getting tattooed, I think it's also important to, while tattoos are expensive, some sleazier artists can kind of be more scammy and they might be able to take advantage of you not knowing much about tattoos. So for example, I showed you guys my tattoo earlier right here, and then I was super excited and they took advantage of that. I've gotten like huge tattoos for like $180 when that cost me $100. So I think it's important to understand that these will be expensive, but you can be taken advantage of. So if you're a little iffy on the price, I'd recommend just asking another friend that has gotten tattooed before. Be like, does it sound like an okay price? Should I like say a little lower, or just say that I'm not interested? Because I don't want to say all tattoo artists like this, but if a tattoo artist knows that you're naive and this might be your first piece, they may take advantage of that. And of course, after you get tattooed, make sure you tip well. It's just like going out to dinner. At least 15%, if not 20%. I always try to do at least 20% when I get a tattoo, just because I value my tattoo artist's work and their hard effort that they put into inking up my body. And also be kind. Don't be like a fucking snotty butt. Like they're doing something extremely time consuming and creative for you, which not a lot of people can do. So be kind to your tattoo artist and don't be like screaming and crying during a tattoo and like shaking around, because you're gonna get some wobbly work and you're gonna be PO'd. So thank you so much for watching this video. Give me a like and subscribe down below, and make sure you check out my other tattoo playlist because we have so many other videos and topics to cover. Thank you so much for watching. Deuces!